NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. By Nextel, coast-to-coast walkie-talkies in under a second. Nextel, done. By Mach 3 Turbo Champion, the only razor used by Gillette's Young Guns. And by Ford, the official truck of NASCAR. For Speedway Illustrated's Dick Berggren.
Thanks, Mike. Right now, Kurt Busch is running in 5th spot. I want to show you some of the stuff that he's got behind pit wall that helps him have good pit stops and stay in that top 5. In the War Wagon, here's the air that comes right out to help the guys make the pit stops. Here's a computer that helps them keep track of what goes on in the pit stops. Some of the units, some of the tools that they use to keep track of tires. We got the crew chief and some of the crew up on top. We got a computer right here that takes a look at what these guys have done on their pit stops. They've been replaying the last pit stop to see if they can do better. Another computer right beside it that keeps track of scoring, also watches our television broadcast, and a pile of tools to make sure if anything goes wrong, they can fix it. This is a good Ford. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Boy, have we come a long way. It wasn't that many years ago. We used to take our tires and wheels out there, a couple of gas cans, maybe a toolbox and nitrogen bottles. That was pretty much about it.
That's why Stevie had she had a great job. She sat on top of the toolbox with a little pad and a pencil, and she calculated our gas mileage all day long. Now they do it with the computer.
We're on 1 to go, and we'll restart with now 22 cars on the lead lap, including Terry Labonte, who got the free pass. Other drivers who've done a good job of staying on the lead lap all day. Jeff Burton in 19th, Jeremy Mayfield, Kyle Petty. Back there toward the tail of the lead lap as the lap down cars fill up the inside row for this inside lane rather for this restart. There's a look at Kyle. Saw some footage the other night at the IMAX movie premiere of the Victory Junction Gang Camp, which is coming right along in Randleman, North Carolina. Richard and Kyle Petty and their families making that a reality, and it is scheduled to open this summer for kids with terminal illnesses. What a wonderful gesture, and what a great thing that's going to be. Can't wait to show it to you.
And we've been watching Matt Kenseth be the leader on these last few restarts, get such a great restart. We'll see if he can hang with Tony Stewart in that 20 car as we restart this race with about 95 laps to go.
You know, that IMAX 3D movie has 12,000 watts of sound, and I'll bet some of you watching have almost as many and want to blow the ceiling off. So it's your turn once again. Let's crank it up.
Stay ready, and green.
Shoved up out of the groove over there, and of course it's pretty slick, a lot of trash and dirt and stuff up there. I think that's all that happened.
But I guess I got the answer to my question about Matt Kenseth, because in that half a lap after he assumed the lead, he pulled out to a half a second. We're going to look at what happened to Casey Kane possibly on this restart right here, the 9 car.
Well, he jumps up on the outside here on the restart and really gets a good run going, but I think when he gets down here in turn 1, he's like 3 wide and just gets forced up out of the groove there, I think.
Yeah, he's up there about where you can't run. You can run 2 lanes up, 3rd lane, it's a little slick up there.
He's got to be real careful and kind of tippy-toe through there, and that's what he did.
You see his Fox tracks, how much miles per hour he lost just as he slipped up.
He went from 10th to 19th.
And of course, he's probably trying to explain what happened there to his crew chief and his spotter.
Kevin Harvick just powered past Bobby Labonte entering turn 3 for 3rd place.
Quite a battle back here for 7th. Jamie McMurray in that 42 car. Remember, he had to go back to the tail end of the lead lap cars to adjust that toe out. But how about this guy?
Turn 2,
back in 6th?
Scott Riggs. Is that Riggs in trouble?
But But he regrouped, no caution, we stay green.
Well, it really bottles everything up, though.
But when you look at this battle right here, just remember the 42 car, Jamie McMurray had the toe-in problem. Jimmy Johnson had the problem on pit road. Now these guys are back battling in the top 10 with less than 100 laps to go.
Riggs had a long sideways slide through turn 2, but he saved it and kept going.
And these cars, they're bottled up right now, Darrell. They're trying to run 2 and 3 wide. As we saw with Casey Kane in the 9, you get up out of that second groove, you can't go anywhere. You got to stop and regroup.
Slick. Hasn't anybody ventured up there today?
Jimmy Johnson trying to shoot through and come back to the front as he passes Mark Martin for 7th place.
A little bit softer tire, as we've documented a number of times. They pick up a little more trash. You get up out of the groove, these tires are a little softer, a little stickier than maybe they've had here in the past. You're going to be a little more susceptible to picking up debris.
Mark Martin won the inaugural race here in Las Vegas back in 1998. 6 starts here. He has 5 top 10 finishes, but he finished dead last year. There you hear him spotter telling him all clear. Clear all around.